let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome. I guess let me just jump right in. Before we tell you what's new with GlassFrog, let's start with the why. So, this is the purpose of Holacracy One you see on your screen here. This is what we are all about. It's why we're doing this whole thing. It's what started us on this journey long ago, and what keeps us energized and doing this work. End the utility of the management hierarchy. That's what we're trying to do. Reveal a new way of organizing that is so exquisite, so comprehensive, and so effective that it evolves humanity's relationship to power. And GlassFrog's part of Holacracy One, so that's ultimately the purpose that GlassFrog is serving as well. The reason we created that tool in the first place was we realized if we want to do that, if we want to evolve humanity's relationship to power, and our means of doing that is through an organizational practice that gives people a chance to own their sovereignty, their autonomy, and relate to power differently. We need software to help because this is a massive shift. The change from a conventional way of organizing to holacracy is really big, and we need all of the tools and support we possibly can to do that. So we created our GlassFrog Circle almost 10 years ago, and we gave it a purpose: enable and accelerate self-organization through software. Make it so easy that anyone can do it. So from the very beginning, the point of GlassFrog was to try to make holacracy easy. Before GlassFrog, there was holacracy practice before GlassFrog, and it was a nightmare. We managed governance records in a Word doc or a wiki or something like that, and it was really, really difficult. You had to be a holacracy rock star to actually figure out anything and to do this practice well. So GlassFrog was there to make it easier, and I think all of our announcements today center around trying to better serve one of these two purposes, right? To make holacracy easier through software, so easy that anyone can do it. Ultimately, to help evolve humanity's relationship to power. So I'm going to start with these small announcements, and then we'll work up to some of the bigger ones. To start, well, we've got some new languages coming soon. I don't actually know what those two words mean or even what language they're in, but somebody gave me the slide, so I'm presenting it. Hopefully somebody out there is really excited about one of those two words, and you know what it means, and you know what language it's in, but GlassFrog will soon be available in whatever those two languages are. On top of that, we've got more to follow. So we've got other languages in the works, and if there's anyone out there that wants a new language in GlassFrog, let us know. We're driving this all by demand, but we've got a lot of different translations underway. So slightly larger announcements, stepping up into some of the bigger ones. We've really done a lot recently to improve our customer support. And actually, let me ask Rebecca to turn on your camera. Rebecca fills our customer experience role.
Hi, everyone.
So, hey, Rebecca. So first, I want to acknowledge, in the past, one of the feedback points we've heard from people over the past few years has been our support is sometimes awesome and sometimes not. And we wanted to make it always awesome. So the best thing I could think of to do for that is fortunately what happened, although it wasn't my decision, was to get Rebecca into our customer experience role, because Rebecca is probably the person most passionate about customer experience in Holacracy One in our organization, I think by far. And I know, Rebecca, it's even one of 3 words you put in your personal purpose is serve, right? Rebecca's been a key driver through other areas of Holacracy One as well to improve our customer support, improve our customer experience, improve processes around that, and service levels around that, and response times and all that. So Rebecca volunteered and said, sign me up. So she's been working on this, and we've done a lot. We've improved our SLA, service level agreement, our target response times. We've gotten more people, not just Rebecca, into our customer support. So we've got a renewed focus and attention on customer support beyond anything we have had before. And one of the first things Rebecca did, actually, in this, which you may have seen, it rolled out a few days ago, she introduced live chat support. Which is pretty cool. So this is beta for us. We're still figuring it out. We're still figuring out how to schedule our team members and support staff. So there are hours now. You'll find plenty of support people in live chat, and others that you'll get redirected to an email. You'll still get a speedy response to that email now. But we're rolling out more hours and juggling and trying to figure out how to effectively do it. but we're there, we're trying it, we're in it with you, and I hope you'll try it. So live chat support, you'll see it in the lower right corner when you log into GlassFrog now. You can click that and get immediate help for your Holacracy questions, your GlassFrog questions. And thanks, Rebecca.
It's on now, too. Chat me.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. And also, you can use live chat to let us know what you think of these upgrades. So the other thing that we're doing to try to improve your access to good Holacracy support beyond just GlassFrog support, we've also just launched the concept of office hours with a certified Holacracy coach. So the idea here is we've noticed a lot of the support questions we get for GlassFrog, some of them are about GlassFrog itself, but some of them really bridge into wanting Holacracy coaching. And we want to rise to that challenge. And I think one of the unique things about Holacracy One, the organization here behind GlassFrog, we have a lot of seasoned Holacracy coaches. We have a whole bunch of certified Holacracy coaches. We have 3 certified master Holacracy coaches, which are some of the best people in the world at implementing Holacracy and working through challenges. We do this for a living. We do this in companies all over the world. We've been doing it for years. So we want to give you access to those coaches. So we're scheduling regular office hours. So you can show up. Any premium user in GlassFrog can join the office hours and get a really seasoned, experienced coach and ask a question live about your Holacracy practice. And we'll be scheduling those regularly. To start, we'll do them in English, although one of our master coaches speaks French. One of our partners, IGI partners, is our French licensee, and we'll invite them to do them if they want. So we do plan to expand at least into French and maybe into other languages as well with our office hours. But for now, we'll start in English to try them out and get used to them. One of the ideas, going back to the purpose here, some people can't afford Holacracy coaching. Some organizations are doing this, and they're doing it on a shoestring budget. And frankly, the odds of failure when you're doing Holacracy without a good coach are extremely high. And we want to lower them. We can't make them zero. We probably are still you're going to be facing a huge challenge if you do this without a good coach. But we want to make it more possible to succeed if you're willing to really put in the effort. And that's what part of this is about. So if you can't afford a coach, there's no extra charge for this. It's just included in the GlassFrog premium subscription. You can at least show up and get some help. Every now and then, join an office hours and ask your hard Holacracy practice questions. Even our customer support representatives, some of them, not all, are certified Holacracy coaches. So you can live chat, and if they can't answer your question there, they'll just redirect you to the next office hours. But do feel free to throw questions at us. Again, our goal is not to answer all of them over live chat. That's more about supporting GlassFrog. But if we can answer it, we will. And if not, we'll point you to the next office hours, and you can show up with a seasoned Holacracy implementation coach and get a question answered. So we're doing that. So let's move on to the next piece, which I'm really, really excited about. Habit support. So this is pretty cool. I'm like really psyched about this. So this is kind of our big announcement, at least one of maybe 2. So for the past year and some, for our implementation clients, what we've been doing, we have a whole habit support program to help them build the skills and habits they need to practice Holacracy well. Right? So what this looks like, has looked like for the past year, when you sign up for our many, many, many thousands of dollars to get a full hands-on Holacracy coach, part of the value of that for you is everyone on your team gets regular habits to focus on and emailed lessons to go with them. Right? And there are things like, for example, the first habit is name the role in a tactical meeting when you're talking. So when you show up to ask for an action or request something in a tactical meeting, or you need something, name the role you're coming from, name the role that cares. That's a simple habit, but it's really powerful for Holacracy practice. So the habit support program that we've been offering will focus people on that for a few weeks. That'll be your key habit. And you'll get lessons in your inbox about how to do that well, why to do that, different tools to help you focus on practicing it. And when you've got that habit kind of integrated, you get another habit, like write down your tensions. It's an important one, right? And then it goes on to more advanced habits about owning your autonomy, right? So what we've done here is take that program that we built for our implementation clients, and we've baked it into GlassFrog at no additional cost for any premium user. So this launched last night. Lex, could you turn on your camera and wave? Lex is our product division role for Holacracy. She was up till about 3 a.m. last night getting this thing shipped and launched, along with our whole GlassFrog team, who have been working like mad on this. So Lex, wave.
It was rolled out. It was rolled out by kittens. I wasn't up real late.
So yeah, what we did was take this thing we were doing for our clients, and we've had great feedback. Honestly, I think it's been instrumental in helping people sustain Holacracy practice. When people use it and they focus on it and they take it seriously, it can make a massive difference in their Holacracy implementation. We've been putting tons of effort. Another colleague who's not on camera today, but Chris, has been working and writing these habit lessons. There's a whole ton of them. And we've been testing them with clients and refining it. It's a really huge thing for Holacracy implementation, sustainability, and learning Holacracy. And now you'll see, if you're an admin in GlassFrog, click that little admin link and you'll see Holacracy Habits in there, or the Holacracy Habit Program, I think it is now. And if you turn it on, you can launch it for everyone in your team, or you can launch it for selective people, or a single team, a circle, or everyone. It's up to you. And then everyone on that program is going to get regular habits to focus on and lessons in your email. They'll be able to log in and click to say, yeah, I completed my lesson. Coming soon are things like metrics on that, so you can see how people are doing through the lessons, what lesson number they're on, which ones they've read and checked off. You can use GlassFrog's global checklist and metrics features to reinforce some of these, like put in a global checklist item that matches the habit that you're focusing your team on to reinforce it in your tactical meetings. So there's some really cool ways you can use this. And this is really the beginning. We've launched our core habit program, which is about 6 months worth of lessons and content and habits. You can also, really cool onboarding. One of the common challenges, even if you get to a good, stable Holacracy practice yourself, the next person you hire starts at square one. But now you can set it up in that Holacracy Habits admin interface, where as soon as they join, they automatically start the habit program. So every new hire starts on this 6 months of Holacracy building, learning, and lessons and habits. So huge tool for onboarding. Now, I'm really, really excited about this. What we're building now in this next version that we're actually already working towards is modules for specific cases. So for example, the first time someone's assigned to a lead link role, they get their own special lead link habit program, which is about building habits of how to lead as a lead link in a Holacracy compatible way instead of as a conventional manager, right? So now anyone stepping into a lead link role will get their own unique habit program for that as soon as that piece ships. So content's already being developed for that. Similar secretary, facilitator, all these roles will have their own little habit program to build habits for that piece. And then we'll have some other modules that you can trigger when you think they're relevant for your organization, right? Like maybe you want to really focus in and have a little mini module on how to do Holacracy operations well, or how to process personal tensions as humans in this environment, right? Well, great. Here's a little mini habit program and lessons to build habits around sensing our personal or interpersonal tensions and dealing with them effectively. So all different content is coming. We've, again, already been using this. We know it works. We know how powerful it is. Now, I see a lot of the questions about languages, so let me address that. Version 1, we didn't want to hold this up until we had all the languages done, but we do want to support all different languages. So we shipped now English only, just to get it out there as fast as possible to as many people as possible. And our next step is starting to translate. If you are a skilled, seasoned Holacracy coach and you want to help us translate, there's a lot of nuance in those lessons. Let us know. We would love to get some volunteers who are interested in maybe contributing to this translation effort, especially the coaches out there. If you are a Holacracy coach, this is going to be, I think, fundamentally transformative to your clients, right? This lets you offer them more value because you can then tie into the habits to support them with your live workshops. That's what we do. When we're coaching a client, we have live workshops and coaching sessions and all this tied around the habits they're getting in GlassFrog. So we would love to see you using this with your clients and building your offering to integrate with it. If we can support you doing that some way, let us know. And if you want to help translate, let us know. So again, I really couldn't be more excited about this. So congratulations, Lex and the GlassFrog team for getting this out. It was kind of on short order. Lex, anything you want to add?
No, I'm really excited about it. I know that it's really good content, and I think mainly what I'm hoping is that we can just give everybody a shot to bring up their holacracy practice just a little bit, whether you're in like a really large organization and you're going through an implementation with a consultant, or you're not. Maybe you're working with a coach, or you're implementing from the book or whatever. I'm hoping that at least the program through GlassFrog can help disseminate this information so that everybody's been exposed to the content, and then you can build on that and use some of the language we use. So so that's,
which to
I'm
me
excited about it.
It's really about bringing the Holacracy, making it easier to use, so easy anyone can do it, right? GlassFrog's purpose to ultimately transform humanity's relationship to power, which is our company's purpose. And we had when this was only available to those who could actually engage us for client coaching and all that, that was a very small group of people that got to benefit from it. And now my hope is it's a very large group of people for a very small price, no extra cost included in premium. I hope it'll just help people do Holacracy better and spread this in the world. So really exciting. And that brings me to my last point, which is yet another way we want to make this more accessible. Second to last point, I have one footnote, which is, so most of you know that our GlassFrog Premium, we have a free version of GlassFrog. We have for about a year now, and that will continue. We'll still have a free version of GlassFrog. Our premium version of GlassFrog is $9 per user per month. And again, we want to make this more accessible. We know some companies on a budget have had trouble with that. So as of February 1st, we are dropping the price. It is no longer $9 per user per month. We're cutting the price down by about 33%. $6 per user will be the new GlassFrog premium subscription price for everybody as of February 1st. And that includes the habit support, all our new support improvements, live chat, all of the other customer service improvements, all of the other features that are already in premium, everything's in there, $6 per user per month as of February 1st. If you're a current premium customer, you don't need to do anything. As of February 1st, you will be starting to pay $6 per user per month for all time after February 1st. So really cool. This is again, we would give it away if we could make a sustainable business out of that, but we also need to pay those developers who are adding really cool features. So this is an attempt to strike that balance and make a sustainable business model for GlassFrog in a way that just lets as many people as possible get access to this level of support. One last footnote. This isn't a really big piece announcement yet, and it's not even shipped. It's total alpha internal stuff we're toying with. But I thought I'd just give you a glimpse of some of the stuff we're working on next. Wow, before I do, hey, if you want to take advantage of this, if you're using another tool, we'll migrate your data for you. We've built all sorts of data migration tools, and we'll just make it happen and take it off your hands for you. So if you're using another tool and you want to switch over to GlassFrog, just contact our awesome customer support team, and they'll walk you through it. They'll get the info they need, and they'll make it happen for you. And we'll get all of your data migrated over to GlassFrog from whatever tool you're using right now to store your governance records. So reach out if we can help you with that and you want to migrate your data. Cool. So impact points. So my last footnote here. This is something, it's in the works. So we're experimenting with some apps in Holacracy 1 around how to allocate attention across different projects and roles when you're in lots of different circles. This has been an ongoing experimentation. Some of you may have heard of our attention point system. We intentionally didn't want to build that into GlassFrog because we needed to mature it first. We didn't think it was sophisticated enough, broad enough yet. It needed more iterations. We've continued iterating on it. We still are. And now we're starting to experiment within GlassFrog itself. So what we're working on here is a system where you can assign bounties to roles or projects, and basically to indicate the value of them. And then there's interfaces in there where people can assign bounties. You can see what bounties a project has on it. So if you complete that project, you've earned a bounty of however many impact points. Or if you sign up for this role, you've earned a bounty of so many impact points for filling a role, or something like that. And a bounty is just a a way of a number of points. That's it. Just a valueless unit, right? Points, impact points, we call them. The idea being it's a way of starting to kind of crowdsource the value of things. So in my roles, I might know that this other project is valuable, and I might throw a bounty on it to try to get attention on that project. And so might other people in other roles. And then when you go to do time, you look at what other projects I could do and what bounties have been funded on them. And you can then help your own prioritization by saying, how can I maximize the impact I have in the organization by getting projects done or roles filled with the highest bounties? And again, the intent here is not in any way to tie this to compensation or anything like that. It's not about money. It's just a tool for distributing and crowdsourcing how valuable different projects or role assignments are. And again, it's still underway. We're experimenting both with the software to support it and also with the policies and governance around it to make it practical, workable in this environment. And I think this is another one of the unique values I hope we can offer to our broader Holacracy community. We know Holacracy really well, and we're constantly experimenting on ourselves all the time, sometimes painfully so. It's like self-surgery. I don't recommend it, but we do it anyway. And part of that, now we're starting to bring GlassFrog into that. So instead of GlassFrog being the tool that kind of follows at the end to support Holacracy, we're bringing our GlassFrog development right into the middle of that self-surgery. We're hiding it so that you don't benefit or run into those features until they're ready. But internally, we're starting to experiment, and we're building the tool set as we build out the apps that we need to make Holacracy even better and in a distributed self-organizing system. So by integrating GlassFrog more into that experimentation process, it's letting us build some really cool new tools that are coming soon. I won't say too much more about this now because we're still working out a lot of the details, and I don't want to distract from all the other great stuff we just announced that is already live and ready to use. But suffice to say, we'll have some other cool stuff coming down the road as well. All right, with that said, let me move to questions and comments. Oh, first let me invite comments. If you have any comments about this that we don't get to in here, send us an email, support@glassfrog.com, or use that new live chat and let us know what you think. Same with questions, feel free to ask. But I'll take our last 5 minutes here and just see what quick questions I can answer. If you have one, put it into the questions, the Q&A box. And I'm just going to go rapid fire through as many as I can. Is this being recorded? Yes, we will release the recording. We also have a blog post summarizing some of what I announced, not all of it, that you'll see showing up later today. And let's see. I think I answered the language questions. I see a bunch of them. A question I see from Mary, is this an extension of what is available in the community of practice, the office hours? So office hours will be similar to what we used to do in the community of practice. We don't do it anymore. And now office hours, I hope, will be quite a bit more since they're now available to every GlassFrog user. We used to have something similar, but only available to community of practice subscribers, which was a much smaller base. We have tens of thousands of people using GlassFrog. And now they all have access, at least all the ones on a premium account, which is a good chunk of people, to the office hours. So I hope we'll get. I hope it'll be useful. It's an experiment. We'll find out. Let's see. If you're in the middle of the habit program and you stop it at a certain point, or just start from the beginning. Right now, when you start the habit program, you start it from the beginning, and then there's 6 months of habits to roll out through GlassFrog. That's how it's working right now. We will be putting more administrative controls in place over time. We, again, kind of wanted a first version. It's beta right now, but it's usable. That would let people start using it. And then we'll add more administrative controls and metrics and reports and other features, and the modules and all that will be coming over the next months. All right, let's see what else we have here. How can you test premium before you subscribe? If you are in a larger organization, email that to our customer support. If you're in a smaller organization, the simple thing to do is just sign up for premium, and you can downgrade any time. Try it, see what you think. If you don't like it, go back down. We don't generally offer trials just because it's not you're not committed. You can deactivate it a week later or a day later even. Except for larger organizations, which sometimes there's enough bureaucracy that makes the sign up a little bit difficult. So if it's difficult for you in your organization like that, you've got some size to you, send us an email and we'll help you try it out. Otherwise, just turn on premium, give it a shot. Let's see. Do you envision adding the Badges app to GlassFrog? Yes, absolutely. So one of the other key apps we're experimenting with internally is Badges. Again, we're trying to make sure it's good when we ship it, and we've been evolving the governance. So this is another thing co-evolving with GlassFrog. We have a whole compensation system built around badges. There's other things you can do with badges, not just compensation, and we're building all of that into GlassFrog so that you have a cool tool to manage a lot of different possible apps that use badges. So that is another thing that is actively underway in Holacracy 1. And we are co-evolving the way we do the app with the way the tool supports it. So it's kind of a back and forth moving target. But that's another thing that stay tuned for our next announcements to hear more about that. So let's see. Let's see, what else do we have? I think I have time for one more. Any plans to integrate GlassFrog with Asana or other software? So we actually already support an integration with Asana and many other tools. Right now, it's a one-way sync. You can set it up so that any new project you add in a tactical meeting or even outside of one in GlassFrog automatically shows up in Asana or Trello or any other number of tools. I link mine to OmniFocus, my own task management software. You can do that right now. You can, if you want to get more help on that, send us a support request and we'll point you to the instructions. But you can already do that now. We do have plans to introduce a two-way sync before long with at least some tools. Don't know when that's coming. It's on the roadmap at some point, but it's in our radar for sure. So with that said, we're at the end of our time. So let me thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it. I didn't get to all the questions. There was a lot of them, so please do ask our support team. I'm sure they'll be happy to help. And again, thank you for joining. Thank you for being a GlassFrog user. If you are, if you're not, would love to let you benefit from that habit support stuff. I hope it's helpful. Please give us feedback. Let us know how we can keep improving things and keep making them more accessible. And again, thanks everyone, and another final kudos to our GlassFrog team that made all of this possible through a lot of hard work, and our habit support team as well, and our implementation business that have been working on this for a year and now get to see their work spread to a much, much bigger audience. So great. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.